with Toast.
Thank you so much to all the lovely people that have watched, liked, commented, subscribed. This YouTube journey has been so amazing. For the last 2 weeks, we spoke about criticism, and I really, really loved it because sometimes I get really critical or I'm criticized. I was criticized earlier by my teammate, but I'm going to out him right now. This week, it was really, really interesting. While people were telling me their stories of when they've been criticized and their journey to self-love, someone asked me, Tosin, how did you start radio? And I was like, whoa, we need to talk about my journey to radio. And I think that I'm really, really excited to share this with you because it's a journey where I found a lot of myself. And I think I'm still transitioning and growing into being the best that I can be. So why not do where did my radio journey come from? So my radio journey, it did start quite early on. When you look at your life and you say, I'm going to be a star. So I'm watching Beyonce on TV and I'm like, okay, so God, I can't sing. I can't really dance. I can break a leg, but I can't dance like Beyonce, choreographed dancing. And I was thinking, how am I meant to be a star? So I went off, I studied engineering, and it was a really deep course for me. I'm not going to lie. It was the hardest thing I've ever gone through. Like, I have tears thinking about some of the things I went through in terms of the sleepless nights, seeing some of the grades and thinking, how can I even pass this degree? And it was in my last year before my master's where it really sat. I got really, really depressed. And the reason why I was depressed was just because I knew that I didn't want to go down the engineering route. I just knew I wanted to be in entertainment. At that time, I knew that I liked TV. I liked radio. I even asked my mom once in the blue moon in Nigeria, please get me on to the 99.9 BFM in Lagos. And my mom was like, yeah, sure. She never did, by the way. Shout out, Mom. You never did that for me. I did it for myself. I got depressed and I lost all hope. And my friend was saying, come to church camp. And at the time, I really didn't really like his church like that. So I was like, why would I go to church camp to be with people that don't really like me and all of that stuff? So I went to the church camp. And when I say God pardoned my life, do we still say pardon this day and age? But yeah, God pardoned my life. It was so deep. I was put in a place where the bedding wasn't the nicest, the shower wasn't the nicest. It was literally like boot camp. And I've been, camping when I was younger, but it was different this time. I felt so lost. I felt like, why am I going down a path that I know makes me depressed when I want to do something else, but I'm not talented? I had no idea that talking was a talent and I had the ability to talk in the first place. So in this church camp, a prophet came. I called him a prophet. He was just like, God is saying, I'm walking with you through this journey. And then he had this prophecy that you're going to have a show. And I was like, does he know? Sometimes I feel like God shows people things you don't want them to see, but God's not like that. So I had to take a step back and say, okay, he doesn't know what's in my mind. I'm safe. And I remember just going through that summer. I went to Nigeria. And the day that I was like, I'm done. I'm never going to think about this destiny again. I have no talent. I'm so done with thinking about being on radio. The next day, when they say about God, right, he's deep. The next day, he brought the program director of the Beat 99.9 FM to my door. I met him at a outside area. He was just speaking about the situation. I was with one of my friends. Her name is Sophie. And I was with my sister, Oyen. And they were just speaking about the fact that, Toast, she loves radio. She loves radio. You should put her on. And I was like, oh my God, you're so embarrassing me. Like, keep it, that he does not know. Those faces that your mom gives you, you need to keep quiet in public. That's what, I was given to them. And he was just like, come. And I was saying, I can't come. Why? Because I have this internship at the engineering course. Can you wait 2 weeks? He was like, come. Email me in 2 weeks' time. Let's see what we can do. I emailed him. 2 weeks later, I'm in the Beat. And it changed my life. Oh my gosh, I never knew I could fall in love with something so much. And it's not even for the fact that the celebrities were there, because that was really good as well. But it was for the fact that the talking, people were talking like I do all the time for a living. And I was like, whoa, this is my destiny. I'm about to be a star. Mommy, I found my calling. And do you know what my mom said? You're going back to go and do your masters. What? But mummy, I've just found my life. Like, I got an internship. What are you saying? My mum said, I don't think so. My dad said never. And I went back to do my masters and I was angry. Because have you ever had something given to you and quickly taken away? Back to do my masters and my life was changing. I was transitioning as a person. My friendships were transitioning, and that was really, really painful for me to have to deal with a change of friendships because I really loved my friends at the time. And I was sitting really depressed on the bus, like, what's going to happen? And when I say a light bulb, right here, wait, you know how they do the thing? I saw URY station on the bus. I looked up and I was thinking, wait, did God just tell me to do a radio station, go to a radio station in university? And I just did it. And I decided to start my show in university. And that's how it started. And I got my team together and it was really, really great.
How are you supposed to manage an economy yet take care of all these plenty rich men, big men who are taking off and taking your money?
I'm the program director.
I think she's bleaching.
Yeah. About what?
I know you're bleaching.
What do you mean you know I'm bleaching?
I know you're bleaching.
No, you don't come to me and tell me you know I'm bleaching.
And ended up winning 2 awards. One that was for a charity event, which was the best show, because when it comes to my shows, I do some research, okay? And then also we won most likely to be a Radio 1 DJ. So fast forward, I'm leaving university. I've done that show. I'm here thinking my destiny's going to change. And then I really do sit and think, okay, I need to go into some sort of marketing. I need to start off in a non-creative industry that I would see, because I think marketing is actually quite creative. I realized there weren't jobs for radio people. If you go onto those BBC websites, if you go onto the ITV websites, if you go to the Channel 4 websites, they don't have OAP, radio personality. They have behind the scenes jobs. They have runner. How am I meant to get in and break through? So someone actually said to me, the BBC, they have an internship. And I applied for that. And it was a radio internship for BBC Extra. I didn't get the job and it broke my heart because I was just like, I knew it. I could feel it. I knew that it wasn't mine. But at that time, I'd also applied to something called Social Movies Film School. And I wanted to also go into acting and I wanted to go down that route. And the week that I got rejected from the BBC is the week that I got accepted into Social Movies. I'm so grateful for going into that place because when I did go down that route, that's where I found the people that were going to be in my team. We had no radio to go to, and it was really, really sad because here I am trying to build a team and there's no radio. And when I say walk by faith and not by sight, that's what I was doing. I was preparing shows that I had no radio job for, but I knew it was going to happen. A friend called Emmanuel from the Social Movies Film School, and he was like, Westside, my friend's there. She said that you can come on and we can just have a little chat with her, email Sunny. He let me know, okay, you know what, there's no room here, but maybe once in a while you can come in and sit in on the talk show. And then that's when I got another radio job interview. And the day that I was meant to start that with my team was the day that they actually fired me. And it was so, so sad because it was 2 hours before I was starting my radio show. I have my team running there, trying to get there, and they fired me from that show. And it was terrible. But that next day, that's when I accepted Westside. If I'm just going to end it, I'm going to say, don't give up on your dreams. You never know what, you're being directed to, and trust that there's a purpose in your life. Rejection really is redirection. But if you think you're going to be a star inside, you are about to be a star. Okay. Like me. So bye. See ya. Please, if you do have your own stories, comment down below right there. Let me know, how did you get into your passion? How did it start?